Hello, today is April 8th, Saturday, 2023, and I'm Jason Shapiro with crowdedmarketreport.com. So I've had some people ask me about books, about trading, and which ones I recommend. And I don't necessarily think that I have a magic list of books that's any better than any other trading book list that people have put together, but I will tell you the ones that I think were important to me. And it all really starts with the Market Wizards series by Jack Schwager. And clearly I was in his last book, but that's not what this is about. His first book was Market Wizards. His second book was New Market Wizards. Then he did a Stock Market Wizards. Then he did a Hedge Fund Market Wizards. I'm not so much a stock guy. I did read that book and thought it was great. But for me, the three most important books that I've ever read on trading are the first Market Wizards book, the New Market Wizards, and the Hedge Fund Market Wizards. And I said on an interview this week when somebody asked me about that, I said, if you haven't read those three books, then my suggestion is close all of your positions in the market right now, spend the long weekend reading those books, and come back on Monday ready to make money. It's such a thing where he interviewed some of the greatest traders alive, and they told you in the book what it is they do to make money in the markets. So it's such a no-brainer to me. And it not only sort of changed my life and set me down the path of trading, but in particular, I would say the first Market Wizards, although the other ones too, really have developed my trading process. And everything that you need to know, to me, about how to make money in the markets is right in those three books. So those are the first things I would suggest. Read those books. They will help you understand how the markets actually work a lot better than what you understand now if you haven't read those books. And I would read them, and then I would read them again, and then I would read them again, and I would take notes, and I would highlight them, and then I would observe the things that you've taken notes on and highlight. Observe them actually happening in the market, because they do actually happen in the market. It will transform you. As far as other books go, these technical analysis books, I think the only two you really need for me is Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets, and the other one is the classic, Edwards and McGee, right? Technical Analysis of Stock Trends, I believe it's called. The first one is by John J. Murphy, and is about this thick, but if you're into technical analysis and you want to learn more about technical analysis, that's the place I would go. For options, and I'm not an options trader, but clearly the John Hull book, Options, Futures, and Other Derivatives, gives you everything you need to know about math of options and how they work. And I also like the Natenberg book, Option Volatility and Pricing. I think, again, those two options books will get you everywhere you need to be for options. Market psychology is a great topic, and there are tons of market psychology books. And I think that it's important not just to read market psychology books, but psychology books, because this game is really about psychology, your psychology and the other participant's psychology. And exploiting the weaknesses in that in order to make money. The Market Mind Games I always thought was a good book. It's been a long time since I've read it, but that's a real good book. And then I read one recently that somebody on our Discord page suggested, which was Thinking in Bets, which is by Annie Duke, who is a very successful poker player. She was also classically trained in psychology, and she not only is a classically trained psychologist, but she used that knowledge of psychology to become a very great poker player. And I think that's a great book that has some really, really good points. And like I say, any other books on psychology I think are helpful. And then I would say that this book right here was a find that I found last year. It's called Why You Win or Lose, The Psychology of Speculation. And it was written in the 1930s. And it was written by a guy named Fred Kelly, who wasn't really a market guy. He was an author. It's a guy who did like the biography of the Wright brothers. And he was an observer of sort of trends and people and society. And because the late 20s, obviously, the stock market was such a huge thing that people were getting involved in, he got into the middle of it. And he went in with an unbiased mind of, what works and what doesn't work. And this book is literally, I hate that word literally, but it's 80 pages long. You could read this thing in less than 2 hours. And just to go through it, because I just have fallen in love with this book. The contents are My Adventures in Topsy-Turvy Land, How Vanity Makes Us Lose, all about ego. The High Cost of Greed, which you can get right into, too much leverage, right? Perils of the Will to Believe. I love it. where being illogical is wisdom. There's a pool in it, and here he talks about what they used to call the trading pools in the 20s. Everybody used to blame the trading pools for like moves that happen in the market. And to me, you could cross out pools now and just write in algos, because people do the same exact thing with algos, and it's a perfect example how things just don't change, you know. They're like, oh, aren't the markets different now because of the algos? Well, back then they called them the pools. It was the same thing. Next chapter, win by being contrary. Okay, self-explanatory. And the last chapter is about watching one step, which I think really is a risk management thing. Great book. And I'm just going to, I went through this when I read it and I highlighted it, I noticed. So I'm going to just go right through the sort of the last couple chapters. These are some of the things I highlighted. There's such nuggets of wisdom. The most dangerous thing that can happen when splashing into the market and getting his feet wet for the first time is to be too successful right off. Totally agree. And that happened to me. And it probably happened to a lot of you too, because it was a bull market. And bull markets, everyone a genius. You think it's just easy to make money, and you lose discipline, and you end up losing all that money back. What makes it comparatively safe to buy carefully selected common stocks for investment is the fact that population of the world keeps growing and the demand for most goods products is always increasing. I've always thought that. I've always thought that the number one thing that has increased the value of companies over time is simply population growth, right? I mean, it's pretty simple. Pretty self-explanatory. Don't buy, no matter how good the stocks are, until the whole market has definitely quit going down on bad news. And sell all your stocks when the market has ceased to advance on good news. This is news failure. This is what we do. The best way to tell when the market is going to do is to talk to as many amateur traders as possible. If they are courageously short of stocks, I know that hundreds, perhaps thousands more are also short, and I'm therefore inclined to be bullish for a healthy upward swing. Yes, that's being contrarian to crowded markets right there. Speculation can be worthwhile only when a few are taking advantage of the stupidity of the many. Again, that's contrarian stuff at its best. So again, Why You Win or Lose, The Psychology of Speculation by Fred Kelly. Great book. Market Wizard books. Great books. So I hope that helps. I encourage you to read those books. I think it will help you immensely. We have people on our Discord page that have suggested other books as well that they have gone through and liked or disliked or whatever about various things in the market. We welcome you to join us at crowdedmarketreport.com, and I hope that everybody has a good week. And as always, questions or comments are more than welcome. Thank you.